You know what's really dumb? Recently, I found a strange phenomenon where, whenever discussing your favorite type of media, and you should bring up that you love television, everything's fine, everything's good, everything's okay, alright, fine. But then, when you bring up the fact that you love playing video games, all of a sudden everyone has a medical degree and feel the need to tell you that you're making bad life choices, you won't ever leave out of your parents' house, and you have no initiative in life. Now, this has been annoying me for some time now, and I suppose I got pushed over the edge just recently, so I decided to, instead of just lash out and everything, I would do some research. So I did some research and found out that playing video games, especially action video games, the one that I'm constantly being told that is the worst type of video game because it has no type of educational value and no value to the brain, actually has a lot of benefits. Now, I don't expect you to just believe everything I'm saying, so I'll put some of my resources in the description below. Perhaps I'll make a more in-depth video later on, but let's get into what I learned recently. Now, a lot of people have been saying that playing video games leads to a lot of health problems, such as staring at the screen all the time is not good for your eyes. Playing video games lower your capability of giving your attention to anything. It diminishes your focus and makes it easier for you to become distracted. Another thing that I've heard is that all gamers are 30-year-old men, are stuck in their parents' basement and will never be able to do anything in life, and they don't have the ability to socialize properly. Now, being as though there's 155 million Americans that are registered as regular gamers, I don't see how or at what point all those people could possibly be 30-year-old men living in a parent's basement and can't amount to anything, especially playing video games, seeing as though playing video games is such an expensive hobby. Not to mention the fact that even though men do make up most of the gaming demographic, it's not by much. We make up 52% of the whole gaming demographic. So as you can see, the margin is very slim. Now, when talking about attention and focus, it has been found that gamers, especially action gamers, are shown to have more attention, shown to be able to resolve the conflict of attention quicker than those who don't play video games. And if you're going to look at attention based on how well you can multitask or whatever, then even by that sense, gamers still have the advantage because they can quickly and efficiently switch between each of their tasks. When it comes to eyesight and how that comes into the mix, it has been proven that gamers tend to have, on average, better eyesight than those of non-gamers. So much so that doctors and scientists are even trying to implement it into vision health, prescribing people to play a certain game for a certain period of time to, in a sense, retrain the brain into seeing better. Because in a sense, especially in action games such as FPSs like Call of Duty or Halo or Overwatch, you have to be able to tell who will be a priority target. You also have to be able to switch between targets efficiently and to be able to pay keen attention to your surroundings. If anything, all that says is that we're constantly putting ourselves in a scenario where we need to switch our attention between certain situations. Gamers are also capable of picking out the finer details amongst a background of clutter, whereas non-gamers are inefficient at doing that. All these pros are based on the fact that video games, again, especially action video games, stimulate three parts of the brain: the frontal lobe, the parietal lobe, and the antigular cingulate, which are the three parts of the brain, the three main parts that regulate, maintain, and orientate your attention. Whereas one can just sit down and watch TV and autopilot and just veg out to whatever's going on, while in video games you're constantly being stimulated, while you have to be solving puzzles or posing answers to questions that are being proposed. It produces a lot more stimulation to the brain. There's more interaction going on. The negative aspects of video games come about when someone doesn't have any self-control and they're continuously playing video games over a long period of time. If you're spending your whole day doing anything at all, however, it's not going to pose any benefits. It's not going to be good for you. But that's just binging on a whole. With everything, you need moderation. Binging television isn't something that's good for your health, so I don't see why everyone is capable of accepting binge watching certain shows or series or marathons, and yet still it's so the ordinary for someone to say that they play video games all day. It's the same. You're having the same type of health issues, if anything. None of them should be promoted, to be completely honest with you. But the fact of the matter is, it's not just watching TV that's bad for you. It's not just playing video games that's bad for you. You have to do everything in moderation. Anyway, I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's been bothering me for some time now. If you have any similar situations going on in your life where you feel as if people have been knocking down or bashing on a media that you like, even though it doesn't make any sense because it causes similar, subscribe if you want more content like this, and I will see you guys later.